So in terms of hitting drills while we're social distancing, couple of things we can do. So we've got two partners here. They still got the same baseball that they were using to throw with, and they're going to use that on the tee so that they're sharing the same baseball. So Dylan's going to hit. Every time he hits, Trey will pick it up, reset the ball for him. Dylan will take about 10 swings, and then they'll switch, and Trey will be the hitter. All right? So you can have a pair of two working on that. You can set up multiple tees around the cage so that they're spaced out and being socially distant, but also giving themselves enough room to be safe. And just keep those kids working on swings while the coach can be in the main cage here. And so what we'll do is we'll take 10 baseballs into the cage with the coach, and he'll throw those 10 to the player, and then they'll switch. You can work on different release points here. Aiden's working on underhand pitches right now. If you're going to throw underhand, throw nice and firm and hard. Make sure you stay safe behind the L screen. You can also throw overhand, Aiden. You can go ahead and throw overhand. So in this one, Aiden's throwing overhand, sitting on a bucket. This is good for kids that are younger, so Mustang age kids. It'll help them see a release point that's more realistic for what they'll see in an actual Mustang game. Aiden, you can stand up and also throw more normally. All right, so for the Bronco players, he's not throwing from very far away, and that's okay. We're just working on getting the swing warm, using good mechanics, getting our swings in. All right, so let's just talk briefly about mechanics. We'll come back here to Dylan. Okay, so for Dylan, he's set up, even though the tee is a little bit, let's take the ball off the tee for now. We'll just show if the tee were the base, okay? Dylan's got his front foot pointed at the corner of the base here. That gives him enough room to adjust in the batter's box. If it's a slower pitcher, he can move up slightly. If it's a slower pitcher, he can move back. Okay? So he's going to start with his feet in the same location every time. Right? He's about a little bit more than shoulder width apart, so he's in an athletic stance. Right? Working from the ground up, starting with his feet pointed at the plate, both pointed straight ahead, knees bent slightly. Going to have his weight slightly tilted towards his back foot. Gonna have his hands up high. Bat pointed, knob of the bat pointed back towards the umpire, right? Gonna have his hands up high. Good. And then we're gonna take a swing. Good. And then for the younger players, you always wanna make sure you reset, get them to reset to the same spot. A lot of times they'll take a swing, they'll spin around, they'll get all out of balance. So get them back and start it again, right? And you can tell them, hey, check your toes, make sure your toes are pointing in the right direction, make sure your shoulder width apart, make sure you got your weight back, right? Okay, and let's take your approach still, all right? So as he's approaching, he's got his body's loose, he's rocking on his hips a little bit. So what we're trying to do is work on a trigger, and so he's just gonna stay loose until the pitch comes. Once the pitch comes, he'll shift to his back leg, and then he'll go hit. Good. And then we reset, right? So Trey will put a new baseball on there for him. Okay. Dylan's gonna reset his feet. Check his feet, check his knees, check his hands. Ready to go. Shift your weight and swing. And that's it. Just have a repeatable motion. The tee is really the best way to work on a swing. I know the kids may think that this is not something for them because the babies do it, the little kids do it, but frankly, if you can hit off the tee, you're going to be a fantastic hitter. Major League Baseball players are using the tee too. So it's a great way to hone a swing, get everything lined up. All right, so we move these guys over around the side of the cage, and what we want to do is we just want to stay safe, right? If we've got somebody over there hitting, even though we've got a net, the ball can still get pushed by the net, so we want to stay back from the hitter as much as possible. So we've shifted all the way to one cage over to be safe. We're going to work on another social distancing drill that you can do with partners, right? So for this one, Trey's going to do a soft toss to Dylan, who's just going to look to get his feet set, get his stance ready, and then once Trey hits, once Trey flips, okay, so keep it lower, right? We're going to do a low, no higher than chest high. There you go, good. And it's just a soft toss. So all we're trying to do really is get the ball to hover in the strike zone. So maybe it goes about that high and it's gonna drop somewhere in here. So it's a soft toss up, just dropping it right over the plate so that Dylan can drive it straight forward. Good, let it drop, right? And these guys can just share a baseball again. So they're just using that same ball all over again. Dylan will do 5 or 10 swings, right? A little bit less height, Trey, so no more than chest high at its highest, okay? There we go, good. And so Dylan will do 5, 10 swings and then they'll switch. Good. Okay, so you gotta line drive this ball, right? Work the line drive it.